Okay, I think we're on with audio now. Sorry about that, guys. Not sure what happened there, but had a small glitch. So, okay, let's get back onto the chart. So I was just entering. Okay, just put a thumbs up if you can hear me now. Okay, so let's just go through the chart here. I'm on NQ. Remove this for now. So we've got Asia high, Asia low, London low, London high. We have our 414 settlement price from yesterday. Really, there's no opening range gap as of yet. London did not sweep Asia last night. Just checking the 1 hour for fair value gaps. Anything that may have arisen last night. Last night, price came down again to that very sensitive area. It's around 19.4, between 19,400 and 19,411. Hey XMT, yes, thanks. I had some trouble with audio today, so I had to relaunch everything. But thanks for letting me know. Just looking at the chart this morning, going through the levels that I'm interested in. There's really no opening range gap for this morning. Price is where price settled yesterday at 414, which is 19,573. Asia ranged. London did not take Asia's high last night. Just interesting. Just looking on the 4 hour chart, we have been in quite a large. If we just look here, going back to September 11th, we have been in this buy mode, and then we went into this accumulation, and then we are in this sell leg right now. We didn't quite come down to the level of 18,785. I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind if price may want to finish this model and come down to that level, or if price is sort of consolidating at the bottom right here now, and we might get a move up into and begin a buy program. So I'm just keeping that in the back of my mind as I'm looking at the chart this morning. I'm going to go to the 5 minute. And the 1 minute, I just want to look for a buy side and sell side that would make sense for this morning. Well, a sweep of London high would be an obvious, kind of buy side level. And then Asia low. Previous day low yesterday was attracting price as well. So anywhere between London low and Asia low and previous day low is of interest to me this morning. Just going to put this right here. Sell side on the 1 minute. I'm also going to put just another area here. Sell side on the 1 minute. And buy side up here. Fed numbers, PPI came in incredibly lower than forecasted. Really, there hasn't been much of a reaction. We had a wick up. I'll just take this off and I'll just put a little notation here that this was the 8:30 news. PPI news substantially lower than forecasted. Okay, so buy side, sell side. No opening range gap. Now we do have this opening range gap that we still haven't filled from Monday, but it's way up there. Hey Gonzalo, how are you this morning? Is that a boat? Nice boat. So we have the initial wick up from news at 8:30. Here's our 9:30 open. Here's our midnight. I want to just go through and put our horizontal line on and see where price was. I call it midnight at midnight. And it is, I am looking for the first candle that printed, that opened at midnight, which is right here. Most of the overnight action, most of the overnight price began below midnight, then through London moved up, but just for a short period of time, and then back below midnight this morning for pre-market. Price started dipping in around 7:44, just before 8 a.m., and then came above midnight, came back below midnight, came back above midnight. So we've got some chatter above and below midnight. Gonzalo. Hi, Gonzalo. I'm from Canada. My name is Louisa. Good to have you join us. Where are you in this big, wide world? What country, what area, what hemisphere are you in? Do you have warm weather, cold weather, snowy weather? All right, and as always, let's just take a look at the areas of new day opening gap, new week opening gaps. So got more sell side to the downside, but again, we are above midnight. So if we're going to go for the sell side, then I would anticipate that we would take London first. But again, we've got PPI. We had PPI information at 8:30. So we'll see what the reaction of the market is. Oh, Chile. Oh, very nice. Okay, awesome. Love to combine volume profile with ICT. Okay, yeah, I get you. Hey, Kathy. Good to see you. Cranbrook, BC. Yep. Nice camera there, Kathy. You look like you're a photographer. So I was just saying, guys, that if you check the data from this morning, the forecasted data was much higher than the data that actually came in for PPI. PPI came in really, really low. So I'm curious to see how the market is going to respond to that this morning. We have not taken London high, and we did not take Asia high. So London high, Asia high. We have liquidity above here. We also have our new day opening gap below, and we really have very small opening range gap this morning, not by much. So here's our settlement price from yesterday. 414 is the last candle, and this is basically our opening range gap here this morning, so it's not much. Opening range gap, and we still have our opening range gap from Monday. Here it is up here. Everything on my chart is always color coded. So here's Monday's opening range gap. So let's pull this over a little bit here. That is definitely a draw on liquidity. This morning, as always, I'm going to be looking for the 5-minute, using Scarface's 5-minute opening range strategy. Just really simple strategy. And using ICT concepts to help guide me in terms of order flow. So we've got a minor buy side, minor sell side, then our larger buy side, larger sell side down here. Previous day low again is an area of interest because we've been down here before. So it's 9:20. We still have 10 minutes before the market opens. Yesterday, New York session had this high value nodes, 19682, 19618. Watch the chart. It already has some reactions at that area. 19682. Let's just take a look. So 19682 is just below Asia high. 19618. $19,618 is just below London. 19,618, we've touched there twice. So yeah, I see what you're saying. And 19,488. Yeah, 19488. You know what? I'll add that to my chart. I see what you're saying. There's definitely a reaction area there. Thank you. Thank you, Gonzalo from Chile. Beautiful country. Home of the Chilean sea bass. Okay. Okay, Gonzalo, so it's important for you to analyze the volume profile of the previous New York session. Okay, good. Yep. Okay, so I've added a few sell sides here, and so Gonzalo, would you characterize yourself as a day trader or more of a scalper? Are you looking to get a little more piece of the daily action, or are you looking for some quick scalps? XMT, I'd like to see the 15-minute mitigation block push up back to lunch high from yesterday, also inside daily SIBI, then maybe a sell back to midnight or below. 15-minute mitigation block. Let's just take a look at that. So here this is a mitigation block, yeah. Push back up to the lunch high from yesterday. And then maybe a sell back to midnight or below. Yeah, I'd like to see a push up initially and then a move below midnight. You're a scalper, Gonzalo. Okay. It's good to know. Good to know what everyone's characteristics are. It's good for every trader to know what it is they're looking for in the market. It's hard to find what you're looking for if you don't know what you're looking for. It took me a while to figure out with ICT, you know. I studied so much of ICT and I would just see like so many things on the chart that I would be, you know, I could see like 50 different things that I could possibly trade, but it's taken me the last 6 months I've really focused in on what my strategies are. So my strategies, Gonzalo, is I look for a scalp in the morning on the 5-minute strategy, and then my bread and butter are reversals. And I like to use power of 3, helping me to determine where price is going, and using the overnight as a guide to what could potentially be the movement of price during New York Open. That's primarily. Now, I'm never going to turn down like a nice inverted fair value gap scalp. Just depends on what the market is doing. You know, some days you get the ranges that are very, very narrow. It's hard to get those longer runs. Ideally, I want the longer run, but on those days, I'll switch to a scalping mindset. So, all right, let's go back. Look at the 5-minute. I also want to look and see what ES is doing today. ES. Yeah, I hear you, Gonzalo. I would agree with you. It's, you know, once you know what you're looking for, you have to just kind of stay dialed into that, because it's really easy with ICT, once you've studied ICT, to see a lot of different things on the chart, and you can feel a little bit like you're looking at everything, but not really becoming an expert in one thing. I think even ICT himself said, you know, the day that you find what your strategy is, and you know what you're looking for in the chart, and you become profitable, stop listening to me. And I would agree with that. All right, so it's 9:26. I'm just going to get my scalping strategy sort of set up here. See if there's something for me this morning. Again, this is not a signal service. I think everyone here is an independent trader. You all kind of seem to know what you're looking for. And so I just encourage you to continue on that path, because we all see different things on the chart, and we all have different personalities and characteristics that fuel the type of trader that we are now and will be in the future. So this PPI data that was released this morning was shockingly lower than what was forecasted. So I want to give the market a little bit of time here to figure out how it feels about that. Here was the PPI candle here that wicked up and then immediately returned back down. And almost no gap this morning, pretty much. No opening range gap. I'm just going to actually remove that. There's no point in even looking at that. And 1 minute till the market opens. It's Thursday. Thursday can be a reversal day. Okay, thanks XMT. I wasn't aware of that. Thank you. So ICT recommends letting the first 30 minutes pass before looking for a setup when the RTH gap is small. Thank you. That's a good tip. I had not heard ICT say that before, so very good. I don't think that's a bad idea either, XMT, after having Red Folder news in the morning either. So we're above midnight. We've got buy side up here. So if price wants to go bearish for the day, it's going to want to make a run possibly for London first. Even this morning with Scarface's 5-minute strategy, I'm taking my time. I just want price to decide which direction it wants to go in. There's lots of time. Even with Scarface's strategy, we have until 11 o'clock kind of to find a trade. So I've noticed that if I jump in too early on my on this strategy, I'll get wicked out. My stop will get taken out. So I'm giving myself a little more breathing room on this strategy and see how that works out for me, especially on days like today where we have red folder news. Lots of wicks. It's been a wicking week. just really undecided here. I'm just going to keep taking my time. I would want to see a black candle close below and show some commitment, but I'm not getting that. I'm getting lots of wicks here. Good morning, Heat Trader. It's 9:40. Still have 10 minutes before the macro starts. Just gonna test this low again here. Even ES is uncommitted, lots of wicks up and down. Oh. Morning, Matthew. My morning low is the low on the 5 minute. So here's candle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, thank you. This is the 9:30 candle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Thank you, Matthew. I had that in the wrong place. This is the 5th candle. Hey, La Cakes. Good to see you too. I want to see it come back, retest. Very jumpy. This is an area of interest. New day opening gap. Our London and Asia low. Wick to this sell side. Do we have our first fair value gap yet? Right here. Just looking at this area over here, price may want to come down and sweep below this area. And we've got previous day below here. We have a breakup structure on the 5 minute up here, and here. Price could tap into this fair value gap and continue lower, which would be a confluence to the 5 minute candle. It's 9:48. We have a couple minutes before the macro starts. I like the idea of price going lower, but I'd like to see price come back to, you know, this, at least this area, this fair value gap, or the 5 minute low. And kind of combine that with the macro running, you know, to help get price down here. It's a bad entry, but I do like the idea of price coming down. No, I keep missing the entry. It's too bad. next area of interest for me would be looking to see reaction down here at the previous day low. If price would come down here, then what would the reaction be? Would it want to continue lower? So we might have a break and retest down here, or a reversal. So that's my next area of interest. Even if I had caught or any of us had caught the 5-minute candle, this would be like a get in and get out kind of thing, because price is still it's not making any fair value gaps. Not much opportunity for a pullback for an entry to go lower either, is there? Okay, let's look at previous day low. Does it? Okay. Tapped into liquidity here. Next area of interest is down here, and then Asia low from Monday. Just going to add that to my chart actually. I'm going to remove this just to get this off my chart. We know we've got new day opening gap down there. Previous day low. Well, I'm regretting not getting in on this wick. I'm trying not to have any regrets. But sometimes you can't help but feel that. Especially because there was a 5-minute break of structure to the downside. Okay, anyway, let's see. We can get an entry. Oh, I gotta take that as an entry point. Could be a mistake, but yikes. That is a badly managed trade. Right there. Okay, let's see. I think I should have left my stop loss up here and allowed the trade to play out a little more. Let's see what the reaction is. Okay, let's see, maybe there's a change in trend. No. No. No, I think I'm being impatient here. Okay. Wait and see if we have a trend reversal. our 5-minute breakout structure is right here at the 5-minute low of the candle. So that's an area of interest that I'm looking at.
Louisa's MacBook Pro disconnected. Ready to pair. Ready to pair. Ready to pair.
No. I'm just so liking the idea of price going lower here. I think I'm trying to force it. So, okay, hand off the mouse.
Ready to pair. Ready to pair.
Interesting area here, possible retest on the 5-minute Scarface strategy. But we've broken structure to the upside, so on the 1 minute, this is the break of structure on the 5-minute here, right here. back to the first fair value gap printed of the day. See if it can reach for London high, Asia high. Yeah, possible sweep. Yeah, it could be. Sweep above here. I mean, if it's going to come all the way up, I'd like to see it come up to London high, but price action just looks weak, doesn't it? Might get an inverted fair value gap here. Breaker block, high, low, higher, high, lower, low. I mean, it could just still tear up to London. Doesn't make sense for it to come all the way up here and not sweep London. Let's see if it takes another attempt. The rejection. Thanks, Gonzalo. See you next time. Thanks for joining us. Oh, price to revisit this low. I feel like I'm wrestling with a friggin' grizzly bear right now. Okay, that's all my patience can take. I just had that sense that we needed to go lower. The PPI data that came in this morning was just, it was not good. I would have liked to have seen price come down and revisit this low. But we're fighting here at Asia low, London low, and previous day low, which is, a pretty sensitive area. So anyway, all in all, I'm okay with that. It's just too bad that I had those losses this morning before having this trade. And for me, working on patience continues to be my nemesis, so to speak. But I'm okay with that. Figure out how many points that is. And I think I'm taking myself out for breakfast. I feel like I just wrestled the polar bear or the grizzly bear to the ground. That's what I feel like. Let me know if anyone else jumped in and took a trade, whether that be in SAM or real or in your mind. I'll say it again, the breaker block is really a very strong PD array, and it's one that I have really gravitated towards. And inside a breaker block, when you have two fair value gaps on opposing legs, it makes the breaker block even higher probability. So you can see between this candle and this candle, we have a fair value gap here, and then between this candle and this candle, we have a fair value gap here. So despite the fact that price was just monkeying around this morning, driving me crazy, once you see the breaker set up with two fair value gaps in opposing legs and the added confluence, thank you to Gonzalo, I think, who brought it to our attention this morning that this wick up is probably a sweep of liquidity. And so putting four of those confluences together, that justified me taking this trade, and it just happened to work out today. So there we go. It's 10:53. The 1050 macro is probably helping to bring price up. Now, interesting thing with breaker blocks is that often they can come up, tap into the breaker block again, and then sell off from there again. It's 10:53. I'm not going to stay in and take another trade, I don't think. I think that's my hour and a half in the market, and I don't want to spend any more than an hour and a half in the market. So I'm going to close the live stream for this morning. I thank you for joining me. And you're short in YM. Okay, XMT. I thank you for joining the live stream this morning and contributing, because we all have a lot to learn from each other. And I certainly appreciate everybody coming out. Be interesting to see here if price can just get up a little more into this bearish breaker before dropping again. If this was a pullback, this was a big pullback. But again, I'd like to see price get down here. And part of what's in my mind is, again, the data. Look at this data. Forecast was 0.3%, and PPI came in month over month at negative 0.1%, and the forecast here for PPI month over month is 0.3%, and we came in at 0%. So data was significantly lower than anticipated, and I think overall the market is letting us know now, responding to that surprising data that came in this morning. So this is the unicorn setup, Matthew. Yeah, and this is my bread and butter. So let me just put here, here is the high. Here's the low. Here's the higher high, tapping into liquidity. And then we have the lower low. Price comes back into the bearish breaker, and we have two fair value gaps we have on opposing legs. Also, I just want to point out that on a breaker block between the high and the low, we take the 3 down candles, and that's what makes the bearish breaker. And if you want to take a screenshot of this, you can study this. Just take a screenshot of this, Matthew, and study this, because this is my bread and butter, and ICT says this is the highest probability setup in all of the strategies that he has. So, gosh, I've already used the breaker about 4 times this week. So it doesn't work all the time, but it's high probability, and with additional confluences, you know, it's just a great trade. So anyway, just grab that screenshot there. And the nice thing about the bearish breaker is that if you miss it first on the way down, it often returns to the breaker and will give you another shot at it. Now this is just shy. I would have liked to have seen it come up more into the discount area, but you know, price is probably going to come, you know, I don't know. Like I say, I'm just an ICT student, but price is probably going to want to come down and revisit this area this morning. That's kind of what I had in my mind. XMT just got stopped. Didn't trust the macro to not retrace into breaker. Small green day for me. Have a great day. Congratulations, XMT. Every day that's a green day is a good day. Yeah, so I hope that helps, Matthew. It's a beautiful setup. Like I really love the unicorn. And then it's like putting the cherry on the... So that's that. I think over time, you know, I'm still just taking 1 or 2, usually 1 mini contract, but I think over the next couple of months I'm going to be scaling up, I think probably to 2 or 3 minis. I'm just trying to find a way to be able to keep my risk management under control. But these kind of setups, this is what's worth waiting for me anyway, this breaker block. So, okay, guys, thanks again very much. Always appreciate to have you come out and offer your editorial comments and thoughts and experiences, because we all have a lot that we can learn from each other and contribute to each other. So have a great day, everyone. And I think what I might do is I'm going to link a video in this morning's video. I'll link exact instructions, directions to how to trade the unicorn. So if anyone is interested in exploring that strategy a little bit more, I'll put an ICT. I think I'll put in at least 3 videos. ICT has obviously a good video on the unicorn. Who else does a good unicorn? Anyway, there's a number. So I'll put 3 videos in so that you have your choice of who you want to listen or listen to all of them. But I'll put 3 good videos in for you to check out and explore that possibility for future trades. Okay, then, everyone. Gonzalo, yeah, I stream every day. And I put a notification in, so please share, like, subscribe. It helps the channel, and I appreciate you guys coming out today. And I'll see you tomorrow morning. It's Friday. We have news again tomorrow. What have we got tomorrow? Consumer sentiment at 10 a.m. So let's see if we can get maybe, I don't know, something before 10 a.m. But let's see what happens. Okay, have an awesome day, everyone. I'm taking myself out for breakfast. Alrighty then. Take care, everyone. See you tomorrow.